Welcome back to another FIFA 22 video. Today we're going through first in the world 4-2-3-1 custom tactics and play instructions. You can see by the title, these are Tekkz's custom tactics and instructions. I've adjusted them very slightly to make them a lot more usable for normal players who obviously aren't pro player, because they do some weird things sometimes which is sort of suited for their own players. So I've made them slightly different just to adjust to sort of a more general players. Because obviously you're all going to have different teams, but they're pretty much first in the world. So Tekkz tactics that he used in weekend league. So defensive style, where you're going to be going with 40. Sorry if that thing was in the way. I don't know if you can see that there, but anyway, defensive style we're going to be going with balance with 40 width and 61 depth. Now I don't think there's any need for a press in this formation because it's more defensive formation than attacking, and presses only seem to work well on more attacking formations, especially narrow formations. So we're going to be sticking with balance, width on 40 for the same reason all the time, just to bring it in that bit narrower in defending, making it harder for the opposition to break through the middle. Depth we're going with 61, so just above 60. So playing quite a high line, but not a too high line that we're sort of drawn to throughout the pitch, but still a good line to play. For the build-up play, we're going to go with balanced. Just gives you the most freedom on the ball and you're not sort of stuck to one thing. Slow build-up can work really well on the 4-2-3-1, but that is the only one I recommend using apart from balanced. But balance seems to work well because it's, sorry, I can't talk today. Build-up play and chance creation, so you've got these two options here. If you put something on both of them, sometimes it can mess it up a bit more and draw players too out of position too easily and sort of mess up the formation. So if you're using a chance creation, which I tend to use direct passing, it's usually better to stick on balance and build-up play, especially on the 4-2-3-1. So chance creation, direct passing, pretty much the made to this year. It's so self-explanatory, but it works so well to get those through balls to your strikers and your attackers quickly. For the width, we are going with 50 width. Just keeping to its default shape. It's quite a nice shape as it is, and you don't want to push those lambs and rams too far out wide, and you don't want them to come in too narrow either, because they sometimes act like wingers, sometimes they're playing a bit narrower. Players in box, we're actually using 4 today, and I'll show you why in a second. That's because we want to manually sort of separate our defence from our attack on the player instructions, which I'm going to show you how to do. And then pretty much just choose who we want going into the box rather than making it automatic, where sometimes it will draw 2 new players forward, corners on 2 and free kicks on 2. So now for your player instructions, I recommend leaving your striker completely default. If you want to put sort of certain things on your striker, depending on which striker you have, you can do. But for now, I recommend default also with stay forward. It's very rare you're going to need to defend with your striker, especially when you've got 3 centre attacking midfielders sitting just behind. So I recommend leaving stay forward in your striker, so he's always up there, makes it easier to start attack quickly. So for the 3 cams, you've got the cam, the left ram, or the lamb, sorry, and the ram, whatever they're called. I just call them the 3 cams. Anyway, for these, I recommend leaving them all default, but you do want get into the box across on all of them. So this should be on getting into the box across, and that's just to help overload the box. So you want these players here overloading the box. I'll show you what I meant by separating the defence from the attack on this formation. It's the most important formation, but then it works so well. So you've got the 3 cams here and you've got your striker. That is literally your attack, and you've got the defence with the 4 defenders and the 2 CDMs sitting just behind the centre backs, and that is pretty much your defence. You want to separate them in games, so that's why we've got step up attacking on both of our CDMs here, as well as cover centre should be on both of those, so they are not drifting that wide. For our fullbacks, we've got default, and then centre backs default. Fullbacks we've got also default as well. Sorry, with step up attacking, the rest on defaults for our fullbacks and not pushing forward. If you want them overlapping your left ram, your lamb, and your ram, then feel free to do that. But personally, I'd first step up attacking on this formation because it's more defensive, and you don't want to push too far forward. Sorry, you don't want to push too far forward. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, and lastly for your goalkeeper, comes to crosses, so your keeper's coming off his line more to defend corners and crosses, and sweeper keeper, so he's being more aggressive, coming outside his box and challenging the opponent for loose balls and free balls coming into the box, like it says there on screen. But that is it for today. That's 4-2-3-1, so first in the world. These are 20-0 obviously, custom tactics and instructions. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll try and help you out as quickly as possible. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. Enjoy using these. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.